Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Dumpster Fire. It's a podcast of actually a bunch of friends came up with on a whim. I am joined here. My name's John. I am joined here by my co-host, Mr. Keith. He has an amazing beard today. He drank his black coffee.
Yeah, if you black coffee, pour a Red Bull into it on top of that, and you will be flying through a ceiling, and your beard will look magnificent. So, try that out, guys.
What he's not telling you is that he'll be flying through a ceiling because you're pissed off. I do got to give a shout out to my friend Joey. We do work with him. He has a flag football. Well, actually, you said it last week, the best.
Yeah, one of the best teams. He is the team captain.
Yes, he has his first match. He wanted to let you guys know that his first match will be the 30th at Sozo. They will be playing against the Grizzlies at 3 p.m. So if you can go down and support him, that would be great. It is flag football, but with some contact, so it's pretty good. So on today's podcast, we really could not do cryptids and urban legends without talking about serial killers. In Washington State, well,
we make a lot of them, apparently.
One of our exports is serial killers.
The other one's meth heads.
If you look up some stuff on Google, Reddit, the numbers between
4chan.
The numbers between 260 and 277, that's how many serial killers that have been known and come out of Washington State and Oregon, and, well,
I've never seen a larger pool of scum and villainy than 4chan.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god. So, with that, this is our
Sixth episode,
and it's serial killers.
Yeah, and it will be titled Serial Killer Comedy, because we got some good jokes for you guys. Alrighty, a quick shout out to our sponsor for today, Patriot Pest Control. Are you dealing with bugs, rodents, or anything creepy crawling where it shouldn't be? Are you sick of bugs in your pants? Have you ever opened up a cupboard in your kitchen for like a coffee mug, some salt, sugar, whatever, and had a mouse jump out at you? Unfortunately, I can say I have, and it's terrifying. If you're sick of these free-loading pests not paying any bills, call Patriot Pest Control. They are the best. They handle everything from routine pest control to tough cases like bedbugs and cockroaches, and their plans are so affordable, starting at just $39.99. You can't beat those prices. The rodents and pests will feel like it's 1776. Just like the U.S., Patriot Pest Control will return your pest-free independence. Call today for a free estimate at 509-480-5616 or check them out online at patriotpestcontrol.com and tell them the Dumpster Fire podcast sent you. And once again, thank you to Patriot Pest Control for sponsoring this episode.
So, what you're telling me is that you had bugs in your pants.
Not me, but someone
No, there's no takesy backs. We all heard that shit.
Are you sick of bugs in your ass?
No. But you did say bugs in your pants, sir.
Hey, okay. It's fine, guys. It's fine. No need to worry.
No, there's plenty to worry about, sir. All right, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So, serial killers. So, you couldn't really be in the Pacific Northwest. There are some really high profile, I want to say profile instead of saying famous. They're not famous for what they did. Any means,
there's more or less studied.
Yeah,
they're
lab rats.
They're like gorillas in a cage. They're looked at to be studied.
So, I did mine on Mr. Keith Hunter Jasperson.
Unfortunately, he has the same fucking name as me.
Yeah, actually, about 2 days into it, that's when I'm all like, hey, he has the same name as Keith.
And he went to the same high school as John.
Yes. So we'll get into that. There actually will be a picture up when it gets downloaded tonight. It's the only one picture that I've seen that nobody really has of him.
It's the only one we could find of him as a normal person.
Even then, he wasn't really that normal. So, Keith Hunter Jasperson, I'm just going to go with Keith Jasperson. He was born the 6th of April, 1955. I'm pretty going to butcher this name, so I'm sorry. It's Chilliwack, British Columbia, which is in Canada. He didn't
Childwack, British Columbia.
Yeah, Chilliwack. It's Chilliwack, literally Chilliwack.
Yeah.
He only stayed there a handful of years, and then when he moved down to the States, he moved actually to Selah, Washington. So when I was in high school, we did know about him going to see the school system and all that. Sorry, I was paying attention to that truck. Anyways.
It was a nice truck. It was fancy.
I have a love for cars. So, yeah, that's where he began his... I wish I had some kind of a graph up. There's a graph in which it shows either the 5 or 10 steps of being a serial killer.
Is that where he started, like, filleting and murdering little animals and, like,
yes.
you know...
Surprisingly, they think that there's a pet, like, cemetery behind his house, which, I mean, it's
a good movie.
It's probably... It's a good movie. No, we don't want those pets coming back.
Yeah.
So... he began with, small pets, cats, dogs, whatever he can get his hands on. Eventually graduating into, it was his first, I want to say, assault on a human being or a person was in Selah. The person did not die or, anything like that. But that was him escalating his tendencies from small animals to humans. Because it is a big leap.
Yeah. So do you know exactly, like, how, like, what happened? Like, where, and not really where in Selah, but, like, when he made this first assault on this person, was it, like, a baited ambush? Was it, like, out of the spur of the moment? Was it, in a public place? Like, do you know anything about, like, how this happened?
From what I got is it was basically, it was a public space, but... it was one of those moments where something just snapped.
And he was like, it's you. You're the one. You're my first kind of thing. All right.
His crimes, his more hardcore crimes started the 21st of January, 1990, went all the way through the 16th of March, 1995. The states that he did commit these murders in were California, Florida, Nebraska, Oregon, Washington, Wyoming. He was a truck driver. His date of apprehension, which is weird because when I see this date and I see and I compare it to what was I doing?
A truck driving serial killer. I feel like there's been a movie about this.
Like every other movie?
Every other horror movie.
He was apprehended the 30th of March, 1995.
What was that one? The Candyman?
Yeah.
Yeah, or something like that.
The Candyman. He's been imprisoned at Oregon State Penitentiary to this day. Any thoughts or anything on that, Mr. Keith with the lovely beard?
Honestly, I think I think it's funny that his name was like the Smiley Face Killer or something like that. The Happy Face Killer.
Well, the Happy Face Killer, a lot of them know him by that, but a lot of them also know him by the Smiley Face Killer. He did leave notes, which the first one was actually found in a public bathroom, by the way.
I'm stupid. I thought he wore like a smiley face mask.
No,
or something.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah.
Oh, like this dude just walking around with a weird mask. You don't think that's weird?
So he was leaving notes with like smiley faces at the end or something?
Yes. A lot of narcissistic serial killers, they always want to write into these news places or leave a note. They want some kind of recognition.
They want some notability that it was there, like almost like a form of fame. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's basically getting the public to recognize what they're doing. They are incredibly. They have done massive studies on their IQ, and they always have the serial killers have between a moderate to high IQ. we're talking in the hundreds
Yeah, no.
for some of these
you ever
big
notice
ones.
weirdly how serial killers tend to be really smart people?
I think it's because it's more like they're methodic and they
Yeah,
plan out
like-
everything to a T. They try
Yeah.
to think over every.
Even the dumb ones are still smarter than the average bear. Yeah,
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
get that, but don't get it wrong. I mean, you're a serial killer. That's just dumb in its way.
I mean,
It's
if I was gonna be a serial killer, I'd want to be a funny one. I'd leave jokes at my crime scenes.
jokes at your crime
Yeah.
scenes.
I'd leave like, I'm working on this joke, guys. What do you guys think? And the investigators are looking at it and be like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Fuck.
Another interesting one. His first victim that was found. Again, I'm probably gonna butcher the name. Is Tiana Bennett. She was found, but later on, Lavreen Pelvinik, a woman who falsely confessed. Mind you, you just falsely confessed to a murder. But they only later in life found this out. It wasn't her. It was the smiley or happy face killer.
Yeah.
Either one name works. So I'm playing. They're gonna get me in the comments. Hey, it's this one. Yeah, I know it's this one.
Hey,
but
no,
a lot of people do happy face, smiley face. It's all over.
I mean, if you find it and put it in the comments, that'd be sick. Yeah.
The happy face killer also did admit. Now, mind you, he admitted to killing as many between 160 and 185 people, but he was only convicted of 8. And one of the last ones was actually in 2010 while he was still in prison.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so what do they think? Is there an actual number what they really think of how many he killed, or
Between
like
160 and 185.
that is so much work. I think about that and I'm just like, I am so lazy. Like, this guy had the gusto to get out there and murder 108 people, and I whine about having to go get something from the kitchen.
The remote 3 feet away.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just fuck, I'm hungry. I gotta get up. Like, God.
But I mean, from like my point of view, 160 to 185, I think he's telling the truth. He was a long haul trucker. He went through many states. Those are just the ones we know of, are the 8. The only reason why he hasn't been convicted of the other 100 and something, because he said he has murdered between 160 and 185, but he has to be able to give details, and they have to be able to find bones or something to corroborate his story in order for them to be like, okay, yeah, you murdered this person.
Yeah. He was
without
sitting-
a doubt.
He was sitting in the investigation room, and they were like, how many did you kill? And he's like, oh, Pixar didn't happen.
Oh, the picture didn't happen. I mean, he went after, of course, the number. It's always a thing with serial killers, sex workers. For one, they don't really report an assault or anything else like that happens to them.
Well, they don't want to get
In trouble themselves.
They're out there making a living. Like, they don't want to be like, oh man, my gig got taken from me because now I'm in the clink, and
Well, yeah, like my. From what I get from other serial killers, is it just seems to be like, God, what am I trying to come up with here? I know I'm trying to come up with something really good, and it's just at the tip of my tongue, and I can't. You ever have one of those days?
Yeah, like where you just like nothing you want to say is just like at the
Nothing's
front of your
coming out.
mind. But no, I feel like I get what you're trying to say. It's like every serial killer has like are you saying like their type of people they like to kill, or like their, like, I don't know, like,
Yeah, you're doing the same thing I am.
yeah, like
I mean,
a category of something to kill. Like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, like for me, Ted Bundy's my guy, right? Like all of his documentaries, movies, stuff like that. Like that dude really fascinates me because I look at serial killers on like the the psychological side of the things, and there's a lot of stuff about Ted Bundy I recently learned. So, do you want me to do mine?
Yeah, I have some other interesting ones that I'll just have.
So get this, dude. I actually didn't know this about Ted Bundy, and it's about his mom. So none of the documentaries, none of the shows, books, whatever, talk about this or talk about his mom at all. They go, oh yeah, his mom was such a good woman. He was such a happy child. You know, he we don't know why he wanted to murder a bunch of people. Well, no. So
you're like literally coming across right now. You want to bust out that fucking Trump voice so bad.
No, it's just no, dude. Not at all. No, not at all. So anyway, Ted Bundy's mom, her name was Eleanor Louise Rowell, and Ted Bundy's real name was Theodore Robert Cowell. So anyway, he was born in 1946 in Burlington, Vermont. He died in prison in 1989 by Zap Zap. He got to ride the lightning. But anyway, what fascinates me is this. So I don't know if you knew this, John. Like I said, the documentaries don't talk about this. So a year after his birth, his dad split, right? Bailed. Ted and his mother, her parents lived in Philadelphia. So Ted and his mom moved back to Philadelphia with her parents, which were his grandparents. But the whole time, Ted's bitch mom was ashamed of having him and having a child out of wedlock, because back then, that was a big no-no. Apparently,
Jeez, man.
It was a big no-no.
That's enough to drive anybody
nuts.
nuts.
She lied to him his whole child and teenage life, gaslit him into thinking she was his older sister, and that her parents were actually their parents. So his grandma and grandpa was mom and dad, is what he thought, and his mom was his sister, and Bob's his uncle. So,
imagine learning that out later in life.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't find out till his late.
Pissed off you would be.
Yeah, he didn't find out until his late teens, like 16 to 18, that his sister was his mom, and his grandparents were his actual grandparents. And they lived with them in Philly from 1946 to 1951, because it was like shortly after he was born she moved back. Well, he found out about this in the 1960s, and but to further the lie, while he was a child, his mother once again changed his name. This person's name was Ted Bundy's name was changed 3 times. Changed his name again from Cowell to Nelson.
Got a question. Sorry to sneak in here.
No, you're good, man.
Do you have any information on how he found out? Was it from somebody telling him, or did he look up like a public record and be like, what?
I think he put 2 and 2 together. I think he finally figured it out.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he put 2 and 2 together, finally figured
Wow.
out.
They didn't even have the balls enough to tell him?
No, I think he figured it out because he realized it, because I'll get to that part. You'll realize this. So, after she changed his name from Caldwell to Nelson, right, in 1951, that's when they finally moved to Tacoma, Washington. He was 5 years old when they moved to Tacoma, Washington. And in 1951, at the age of 5, his mom remarried his stepdad, Johnny Culpeper Bundy. That was when his name was changed the 3rd time to Bundy, because the stepdad wanted them both to have his last name. And that's what I think when he finally, growing up there, was he finally put 2 and 2 together, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be irate if that was me.
Yeah, I mean, these serial killers always have, they always have something in common, and it's on 9 times out of 10, it's always their childhood. And something like this will mess with somebody. Like, literally, it takes their whole personality away from them.
Yeah, if I thought my mom was my sister and I found out I was, like, basically an adult, I would probably kill people, too. But listen to this, dude. So, at the age of 5, he's in Tacoma, Washington, and from there on, he grows up in Washington. So, he's from Washington. We're not saying we're proud to claim him, but historically, it's kind of cool. Because, before Ted Bundy went crazy, he was a Washingtonian, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was in the same neck of the woods as us. He was all over the state. Like, he was through, Wenatchee, Yakima. He had a job in Olympia. He went to Washington State University. Like, I have a bit about that. But anyway, so
Another little.
Another little tidbit here. So finally in the 1970s, hold on here. Making sure here.
Teleprompter issues.
So finally in the 1970s, after like all the kidnaps and rapes and murders, he's finally caught, right? Like after a decade of like bullshit trials and, trying to, I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV, self-defending, he thought he was a lawyer and he wasn't a lawyer. He was barely into law school. He confesses to over 30 murders. Do you know how many they really think he murdered?
How many?
Well over 250.
Well, I can put it that way.
That is insane. That is so many. Like, if you were to imagine 250 people in front of you.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. Like, and another crazy. You're gonna find this interesting, John.
That's a semi-bad day at Costco.
That's like a not that bad day at this grocery store if there's 250 people in there. That's not terrible, right? But another crazy thing they did. So after he was executed, and he got the electric chair, about 10, 15 years later, they started doing studies on all of his adult victims, right? They did anatomical face measurements of all of his victims, and they all were perfectly within a margin that they matched up to his mother's when they were young, when she was young.
And
so
I'm pretty sure, if you were to ask him this day, he probably would have been like, I don't.
Yeah, that's right. But what I'm saying is, subconsciously, he was out there murdering and raping his own mom over and over again, is what I'm saying. This guy was so messed up, his mom didn't even realize it. He was literally murdering his mom.
Yeah.
The whole time. And I don't even think he knew. But also, so Kathy Kleiner Rubin, his living victim, the one that he bludgeoned, but she got away.
Yeah. That was Colorado, wasn't it?
That was in Colorado or Nevada. Yeah. But to this day, she still gets people that knock on her door, want to meet her, that know about, that talk to her,
Dude,
to this day.
Just leave it alone.
And she already came out saying like, I don't talking about this, but I always have people that want to meet me, and like I don't want to be rude and stuff like that.
It's like reliving trauma day.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude,
don't do that.
That's crazy. That
leave her alone. Leave her to live the rest of her life.
To this day, she still has people.
Oh, one little fact that I did grab from yours, since you said Ted Bundy, I do have a fact. I learned this a long time ago. So we all know Ted Bundy, blah, 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 came from Washington State. Okay, his car of choice was a Volkswagen Bug. It was either a beige or white one. He was caught literally 3 times in this thing.
The same freaking car.
But he used to travel up and down the freeways here. And he absolutely loved to frequent rest areas. So that rest area between Yakima and Ellensburg and Seattle, more than likely, he visited
multiple times.
Yeah.
Well, also, if you actually look at, the colleges where he went to and the states he murdered in, they almost perfectly line up. So, University of Puget Sound, 1965 to 1966. Washington State. University of Washington, 1966 to 1968. More murders in Washington State. The Temple University of Philadelphia, 1969, and he barely went there. Philadelphia. He had murdered in Philadelphia, too. Then you have, Oregon, Colorado, Florida, the University of Washington, then Seattle School of Law. So if you follow the path he went through to these schools and stuff, the guy, he liked to stalk colleges. That was his main gig, was he liked to stalk colleges. And, look for young, naive girls that didn't know any better. Because he was considered charming and endearing. And even during his trials and stuff, there's all these girls and stuff that would always be like, I don't think he did it. He's so handsome. Oh, he's dreamy. Yada, da, da, da. And I'm just like, he did it. That guy did it. I'm just, looking at this stuff. And, yeah, you could tell he did it. But it's just crazy to me that, his mom didn't tell him the truth, and we wonder why they're all messed up. It's our moms. It's our moms. That's what happens. And his father leaving probably didn't help. But,
welcome to Washington State.
Yeah, our main experts are serial killers and meth heads.
No, Washington State, known for apples and serial killers.
Yeah. So, you know how, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going off of that. So you're looking at 20% of documented serial killers in the world have come from a 200-mile radius around Seattle, Washington. 277 serial killers in Washington State. That's an average of 7.44 per 1 million.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's fucking average.
I'm starting to wonder what's wrong with our state.
So yes, people, if you're ever out in like a mall, a big Costco down in Seattle, chances are you've talked or run across the path of one of these dudes. Like, you have made eye contact with him.
Yeah, or
and I don't even know.
Or like a psychopath that has a high capacity for murder, probably. Like, I wonder that too, like, every day how many psychopaths I probably speak to in a day that I don't even realize.
Well, you also gotta look at this too. I'm gonna go ahead and just blame it on the rain. it's a mood here.
And then the insanely hot, dry weathers, summers that we get. But I was, if Ted Bundy, would give Ray Rice and Craig James a run for their money.
I mean, we have a lot of other ones. You can't... You have... Back to the IQ part. So, Ted Bundy had an average IQ of 113.
Yeah, but he was like... He kept getting away with it for years.
Yeah,
Like, he wasn't, like, a genius, but apparently I think it was because he was, like, socially good looking. You know what I mean? Like, charming or whatever.
Well, most serial killers, which is weird, because he's the enigma, because most serial killers suffer from antisocial personality.
And he was all outgoing, charming, loved talking to people.
Unless he was somehow figuring a way around it and faking it.
It was an act, yeah. Yeah, no, dude. To me, I always thought Ted Bundy looked like an average dude, but apparently not back then. Apparently back then he was like a 10 out of 10 or something. Because nowadays he would have just been like an average dude at Costco, buying toilet paper and milk.
Well, that's how they like to blend in. They like to be normal. Like, hey, that's a normal neighbor just out watering their lawn, or they love to blend in.
Yeah. I think about, how like Ted Bundy used to like to bite chicks on the ass cheek? That was his...
Well, that was basically his downfall too, because it left an imprint of his teeth.
Yeah, that was his signature. That's what he liked to do.
Yeah.
That was his signature. Well, I think that's kind of boring. Like, I would have bit him on the neck and gave myself like a funny name, like Count Rapula or something. Like, 1 rape, ha ha ha. 2 rapes, ha ha ha. Yeah. If you're gonna be a serial killer, might as well be a funny one. I mean, even John Wayne Gacy had a shtick. He liked to be a clown.
Yeah,
like, dressed up like a clown, like honk 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 honk. Little horn.
He had a hobby outside of killing people.
A little red nose.
Yeah.
No, there was a few he killed with the clown outfit on, for funsies. Just to add a little extra. But what about you, buddy? You find any more stuff?
No, they have the most interesting names for serial killers here, and they usually, how serial killers get their names is, again, they like to leave letters, and they, put like a little symbol, or sometimes the media comes up with the names. I mean, Washington State, we have a lot. Gary Ridgway, Green River Killer, Robert Lee Jr., Spokane serial killer. He was also known as the grocery bag killer.
Oh. What about the Green River Killer? What was that guy all about?
He confessed to murdering at least 49 women. Yeah. Well, if you look at some of the documentaries with this guy, he had a general hatred for females. He general hatred.
Probably his mommy.
They believe he has killed as many as 71. He operated between Tacoma area between the 1980s and 1990s.
Mommy issues really do run deep, don't they? Shit.
What's notable about him, though, is he has confessed to more confirmed murders than any other American serial killer.
Really?
Yeah, more confirmed.
He like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, and they proved he did it.
Yeah.
I really don't know a lot about the grocery bag killer. Again, I'm not from Spokane. That's probably why I don't know. But from what I got is he's murdered at least 16 people, Eastern Washington, between 1975 and 1998. Yeah, and you hear these dates, and you wonder, what the hell was I doing during that time, you know?
I know, right?
I mean, not Keith. He was, a twinkle.
I was literally, I don't think I was a thought in my dad's balls yet. I wasn't even I wasn't even around existing. But, I mean, on Ted Bundy, I mean, he only killed white girls, too, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, it was only white chicks. I don't think there was any ethnic women. Do you think maybe he was like a racist rapist?
I don't think he was a racist. It's just what he preferred. I mean, his mom was white, and you said there was a lot of correlation.
Well, there was a lot of correlation, but still, there had to have been some, Nubian queen out there that had similar, facial structure to his mom. But, I mean, in today's day and world, he would have been canceled so fast. Disney would have been chomping at the bit to make their own Ted Bundy movie starring Lizzo.
Yeah. Another note on the Green River Killer. His convictions, first-degree murder of 49 counts. 49.
40.
That is insane.
Damn. Should have went for one more, made it 50, and even number. Oh, shit.
And, his sentence was 49 life sentences. So he was a life sentence per victim.
Yeah.
That dude, I mean...
Is he still alive? I'm assuming so, right? It wasn't that long ago. What was that, 2015?
Yeah,
he was, convicted or whatever, or, put in prison. Was 2015?
Yeah, something like that.
Finally caught him.
Yeah, but he's imprisoned at Washington State Penitentiary, which, I have a friend that works there.
Buy your tickets now. Go meet the Green River Killer.
No. So you're looking at a, span of crimes. You're looking between 1982 and 1998.
Yeah.
Possibly as recent as 2001. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
Good thing. It's a good thing that
What's weird is he was born in Salt Lake City, Utah.
You know what, John? It's a good thing all these serial killers, most of them like to kill women, because me and you might not be here right now. I mean, I would be, but you might not be here right now because they might have nabbed you up. I mean, you would have been other than, Jeffrey Dahmer, who liked to eat lips and ears.
I didn't find Jeffrey Dahmer, when I came across him, yeah, he has a lot of shock value with what he did. Dismembering. Yeah, he was beyond messed up in the head. Beyond.
Yeah, but could you imagine walking around? He's going through the thing. He's like, oh, I'm hungry today. What's on the menu? I think I'll eat your nose.
With a nice red wine.
With a nice risotto. And
even if you watched a show on Netflix, which was weird,
but it was accurate apparently.
It was good acting. It's
probably dramatized for shock value, but it was accurate. And also the fact that he only liked gay black dudes.
Yeah. I haven't pried too much into doing research on him or anything like that, but I heard this, of course, the same thing, which is, makes me kind of wonder what traumatized him to that point. Was he molested or some kind of trauma?
No. His dad apparently was a good dad, other than he worked a lot. I think he was gone a lot. His mother, on the other hand, was a dope fiend. She was a pill popper. So she was loaded all the time, apparently, according to the dad.
That's right.
So that could be something to do with it. I guess they did fight a lot. I don't think there was any actual abuse like between mom and dad, but there was a lot of screaming in the house and stuff. The younger brother was alone a lot. But I mean, hey, you want to hear my character bit I'm working on for Jeffrey Dahmer? It's David Forks, Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin, and he likes to kill people with various shapes and sizes of antiquitous spoons. So he has a trench coat on, lurks around the night, opens it up, and it's just full of spoons. And he has Down syndrome. So he goes around, finds a victim, a man of the night, we may say, and stabs him to death, and then calls up his cousin Dahmer. He's like, "Are you hungry? I have a fresh one." That's my character bit I'm working on.
Well, there you go. I mean,
John's still looking through for like good stuff.
No, I have a general fascination in reading up and somewhat studying or reading these guys' books and stuff, trying to figure out where their mindset is.
I have a weird memory. I have a pattern type memory, so I have pattern recognition. So when I see a pattern or something, it's really easy for me to remember. That's why I'm really good at remembering music, like songs and stuff. I know like so many songs, like lyric for lyric. Like Mockingbird. I basically have that whole song memorized. But so like for me, like this kind of stuff is more easier for me because I just have a very pattern recognizing brain. It's probably my autism. it's probably the dyslexia I was born with. The spectrum. Yeah.
I have another one that I do study, and I do read stuff on him. I mean, you can't really talk serial killers. Granted, his body count is a lot lower than Ted Bundy's, than Keith Jasperson, but the reign of terror this guy did, and on the city that he did, is insane. You can't talk about him without Richard Ramirez.
It still cracks me up to think about. He has my first name and went to your high school. So if me and you morphed together, we'd be the making of a serial killer.
Yeah, but you can't talk about these guys without talking about Richard Ramirez. The Night Stalker.
Oh yeah, the Night Stalker. Yeah. Dude. I didn't know his real name. The Night Stalker,
the Walk-In Killer, the Valley Intruder.
Yeah, I didn't know the Night Stalker's real name. Oh wait.
Yeah, he's a California.
Yeah, he's a California
killer,
one,
but
yeah.
I mean,
he liked to break into houses, didn't he?
Yes, that's on repeat, and he did these like most serial killers. What they do is they'll go out. They call it hunting.
Yeah, or prowling, stalking.
They'll do their research, pick out their victim. They'll go and study their habits. Where's the best time to grab them? Where's all that. This guy was just a crime of opportunity.
Yeah. Well, Ted Bundy was the same way. He was like he would just see a chick and be like, "Can you help me pick up this crate that I need to put in my car?" And he would just be like, "Bonk."
Yeah, he was convicted of 12 counts of murder.
Yeah.
Which all of them he did essay as victims. And what really got him, and that the police were not saying, is that they would always find footprints. And a lot of the time it was barefoot.
Yeah,
there was always
yeah.
This guy would literally be walking down the road and walk to somebody's window and just stare at him.
What did he think if he wore shoes that would get him caught?
I don't know.
He's like, I don't want to leave shoe prints. That would be terrible.
I mean, what is known is that he did have brain damage.
Ah.
That was, brought on from his father beating him, and then he
developed
developed a drug habit. So that's never any good at all.
So he was just psychotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a bad dude. Another little fun fact: when he was actually hauled into court, and they did televise this part, there were girls there, gawking over him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't he kind of like an ugly-looking dude?
Yeah, but
He
apparently
looked like a hobo, didn't he?
There's a whole friggin', genre out there that will go to these things and be like, oh, he's dreamy and, all this other stuff.
Can you pull a picture up of him? I want to see what this dude would look like. Cause like there's no way that. So you walking around looking like murdering Jesus. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, pretty much. I do know the day he went into court, like, he carved something in his head. I don't know if it's swastika or an upside down cross. He was into satanic.
If Michael Jackson became a serial killer,
He was
like that
very
guy.
much into satanic
Well, yeah, I mean,
beliefs.
Do you think he was possessed?
I don't think he was possessed. You gotta also think, dude, he had brain damage.
Yeah, but demons love people with brain damage.
Oh my God, we are not getting into this.
they demons love retards.
No.
They're easy to inhibit. I like crayons. Okay, into their body. Like, now go kill your mom and dad.
No, that's.
Yeah. No, serial killers are just fascinating, dude. They just, there's so many different types and varieties. It's like ice cream. You never know what you're gonna get. If it's like if you were going into a Cold Stone Creamery of serial killers, all sorts of flavors.
My advice to our fans and people who watch this: get out there and do some of the research.
I thought you were saying get out there and kill some people. No. Get out there and kill some people.
No, I'm not going to say it. But do some of the research. You'll. I mean, you're going to like doing the research and figuring out what makes these guys tick.
Yeah,
I did have another segment that I'll probably bring on later if we do something else. I was also trying to look up, female serial killers.
I don't think there is any.
No, there is.
There is?
Yep. I found a couple.
Like, by themselves or with help?
I know one was a couple, but she was the main one.
Okay,
I know there's another one too, but I
Do Bonnie and Clyde count?
No.
Oh,
They do not count.
They were kind of serial killers, aren't
Well, today's classification, yes, they would be. But that was more
they? Gunslinging?
fantasized.
Like gunslinging and stuff like that?
Like, actually, you know what? I just figured out another podcast.
Oh, what would that be?
Old timey gangsters, man. Al Capone.
We're talking about
Yeah.
Hey.
This is our way of thinking for other podcasts. We do have a lot of good ideas and all that stuff. The next two will be produced by Keith, so whatever he wants to do. So this is kind of how we switch off.
Hey, mama, you didn't love me enough when I was a boy, so now I have to go and kill people. Oh.
No.
My bitch mom.
You can't see this right now, but he has his hands like he's going to
I'm doing-
shoot spider webs out of. You damn Spider-Man.
No, I'm doing the Italian. It helps do the Italian voice.
No, it does not.
Yes,
It does not under
It
any
does.
circumstance.
It does. You got it.
Nope. It does not.
It's called method acting.
Method.
You
When
gotta
people can
get-
see it, you're on audio.
Method listening.
I don't know how you're doing this.
Method listening.
It's like a permanent Trump thing.
No, it just helps.
I got to, explain everything with my hands, like this bar of soap is dirty.
They call John's wiener Ted Bundy.
Oh, whatever.
It's not because it's big or anything, but it knocks the ladies out because it stinks.
Oh my God. That's so gross. No, it doesn't. That's nasty.
Wash your wiener.
That's so gross. Why would you say that?
Because it's funny.
Oh my God. Fucking dick.
Gabe's not here anymore, so I have to make fun of you now.
Oh, you're hilarious.
So
Just like your beard. That looks, suspiciously like a hairy worm.
it's coming back. It's coming back. I messed
How
it.
can something come back?
When
you never had it?
No, I had it. It was great before, and then I shaved and I messed up. I went too high and then
Who's
too
to blame
low.
for this?
For me, it's me. But what I'm saying is, I gotta let it come back to its former glory. It takes time, man. You can't.
Former glory.
It's like you can't talk bad to her. Her name is Susan. Beard's name is Susan. Yeah, you can't talk.
On another fact, Keith's married, and now we'll have questions to ask. Get answer when he gets home. So, haha.
I like to stroke Susan. So, what else have you done though? Like, I mean, serial killers. We talked a lot about that. Like, what's up with you, John?
Nothing much. Hold on. I did watch a really good movie the other day. Every once in a while, I'll get into a movie that's just, out of the norm for me.
I watched a really good Adam Sandler movie last night. Funny People. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
That's a good freaking movie, actually. Like, it's kind of sad, but it's good. It's like a more serious role that Adam Sandler decided to play in that one. And he apparently Seth Rogen helped him direct that one.
Yeah. Well, I recently watched Heart of Champions.
Heart of Champions.
Yeah, it's about
It sounds familiar. I've probably
it's a
seen
rowing team.
Yeah. I've seen it. Yeah, that's a
It
good
has
movie.
some good actors in it. I mean, I thought it would probably be like a feel-good movie and stuff. No. It is, hard hitting from, start to finish.
Really?
Yeah, not like action-wise, but just the dialogue and how he gets through these people. And, I mean, it has its moments. If you get a chance, go out and check this movie out. It's on Netflix. It's free. It's only about an hour, 59 minutes. So, credit-wise.
Yeah, right on, dude.
So, it was not bad at all. On another note, did watch, what is it, Kraven the Hunter?
You watch that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah,
That's
I
a good
liked
fucking
it.
movie, right?
They should. I don't know what people are. I think the advertising people, if they don't like the movie, like they don't put it on everywhere. But Kraven the Hunter was a good fucking movie.
What's funny is that movie actually got a lot of shit on it. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't like it, and I thought it was good.
It was really good.
Like the part with the big ass lion, like that was insane. Like, it's CGI and all that, but it still looked great. Like, that was a huge lion. I would probably die of a heart attack before the lion even killed me if I saw that thing in front of me.
Yeah, man, I would, insta drop like 30 pounds in my pants.
All of your organs are in your shorts.
Probably Jesus take the wheel.
all you people in the listening are probably gonna make fun of me for this, but I'm barely just now playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
What a loser.
Dude, I know I'm like 7 years late to the party, maybe 8, but it's a pretty good game. Like, you guys weren't lying to me this whole time. I finally played it. I just I went through a phase when I was younger. I played video games a lot, and then I grew out of them, and I'm slowly trying to microdose myself back into playing video games. But having a wife and 2 kids doesn't leave a lot of time for that. So it's been a journey getting back into video games. You've been gaming too, haven't you, recently?
Yeah, I do. When my kids aren't over, day off, I'll do a couple hours.
Honestly, like that's kind of how it is too. Like,
yeah, I'm antsy. I'm antsy because I want the Grand Theft Auto 6.
yeah,
But,
I mean, Grand Theft Auto 6 is kind of like.
I want it so bad.
I'm wondering, are they going to charge way too much for it though? I feel like they're going to charge so much fucking money for it.
I want to play that. I want to play the new Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I've seen that. They're already advertising that everywhere. I've seen, like, it looks pretty sick. It's like following like the Ronin and all that.
Well, I mean, Assassin's Creed, my best game that I like of all time was Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Me too. I like that one too. People said that one sucked. A lot of people said, "Oh, that one was like overhyped and da. No, that was a good
They
one.
need to make another one.
Yeah,
They
like a sequel to
definitely
that. But no, I will tell you why I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's because we've never had a samurai ninja Assassin's Creed, and they're finally doing that. I was waiting for that for so long. I was like, why haven't they done this already? Here it is. Finally, they were like, let's tap into the, Asian historical text and start going down that down that line. Samurai swords and nunchucks, my guy. Hi-ya!
Reminds me of the show that used to be on Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack, dude, that's an oldie.
I haven't seen that in so long.
That was a cartoon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a cartoon.
Yeah, it was a
on
cartoon.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah. Well,
Tsunami.
Hey, you remember the other one with the dragon, where the dude returned to a dragon? What was that one called? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
It was on Nicktoons. It was on Boomerang.
No.
What? You don't remember that one?
No. everybody who knows me knows that I am a massive fan of Dragon Ball Z. Okay? No, it is not. I absolutely love it. I mean, I have a massive collection at home. I have pictures to prove that. But I am a massive Dragon Ball Z collector. I absolutely love watching it. It just brings back childhood memory.
Dude, me too. So like the original one, Frieza Saga. Did you play on old PS2 Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2?
Yes.
That game fucks.
That game fucks.
I played that game till my PS2 lit on fire. I swear, I had everything unlocked in it. Every mission, every Dragon Ball. Like, there wasn't a single thing in that game that I didn't have, just because I was like that. And I went hard on the Lego games too when I was a kid. I was a completionist. I would unlock every little thing in those games.
For a minute here, I thought this dude was going to come up to my window.
Yeah, nah. He just giving you goo eyes.
He's all like...
blowing kisses at you.
Yeah, he was going to be all like, I'm going to come over here and try to rob these guys. But no. Again...
Joke's on him. I have a gun in my ass.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, so, I know this is we're approaching 50 minutes. So, I want to talk to you guys about, please like, share, subscribe if you're new. We love having new subscribers.
And Justin gargling balls in the comments. Thank you for your feedback. We'll keep that in mind. But we're having fun with what we're doing right now. And then right now we're
just doing us.
We're doing us, man. We're authentic. We're real. We're true. We're not hiding nothing from you guys.
You also got to keep in consideration a lot of YouTubers, a lot of these TikTokers nowadays, they have money going into this stuff.
They have millions of dollars going into it.
Bro, we are recording this in a car.
And we're having
fun. In a parking lot.
And we're having fun.
With a cell phone because we can't afford anything else.
We do have some fancy mics coming, though. So there will be better audio quality coming very soon.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
So we got that. I mean, also another shout out to our amateur photography right now. Her name's Pei. She is the one who got the picture that no media outlet has. Yeah, like we're the only ones that have this picture.
They haven't shown it, like, ever. Yeah. They only show his mugshots and stuff of the Happy Face Killer.
So it will be up on the channel somewhere there, so you guys can take a look at it. It is a high school picture. So,
I had another thing I want to talk about.
Packs of rabbited dogs that roam the streets.
Okay.
Big Red?
All right.
If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
Oh my god. Kill, marry, fuck.
Nope.
Come on.
No, I'm not doing your stupid thing. You've already done this on me.
Not on the pod.
I don't want to do it.
Oh my god, you're so...
All
right, do one to me then.
No.
Come on. Give me one. Have fun with it. I'll give you my honest answers, dude. Doesn't even matter.
Subway Roundtable Sally's.
Subway Roundtable Sally's. All right. Fuck Subway. Marry Sally's. Kill Roundtable. All right, I got one for you then. Let's go that route. Okay. Kill, marry, fuck. Fred Meyers, Walmart, or Safeway.
What's the definition of, if you say fuck? Like you're actually doing it, or
you have to fuck the store?
Oh. This is Tom. I can't believe I fucking asked that question.
You have to go to one of the vents in the side of the building and fuck the store.
Yeah, no. What was it again? Sorry.
Fred Meyers, Walmart, and Safeway. We are so stupid.
Marry Safeway.
Really?
Yep.
That's surprising.
Fuck Fred Meyers and then kill Walmart.
I don't blame you for that. I knew that was going on.
I'm sorry. I mean,
Walmart's,
I used to work at Walmart and
dead to John.
Yeah.
But you made bank money there, dude.
I'm in a fair share.
Yeah, you made big bucks, smackaroos,
No,
ding-a-dongs.
You're fine. What was your last job before?
Fuck, the last job, I think it was Yakima Mechanical.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to them not being
Awesome.
okay, to be fair, they weren't a bad company. They just were poorly run, poorly organized, and like
But that was at that time.
yeah,
You
at
don't
that
know about
time,
now.
no, know about it now, but like that was like God 6-something years ago, and they were so badly organized. Then they got sued. Then they laid a bunch of people off. It was a big thing. They're still operating, but I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, that was the last job I had before this one, working with you, Chucklefucks. And then now we're here. Isn't it weird how where life takes you? Like,
Yeah.
you go down. Like, you have a dream car, John? I have a dream car.
Dude, I have a dream couple of cars, man.
What's your number one? Like, if you have
Well, one, I mean, I can't turn down like an F-150 Raptor. I mean, it's just something I really want. Not like necessarily a dream.
you want like a decked out one?
Yeah, heck yeah, man. I love when I go flying up and down here.
I've always wanted an old, but like restored, perfect 1971 Z01 Camaro. That was always one of my dream cars.
The other
growing
night
up.
you were saying you want a restored like Cadillac Eldorado.
I'd like one of those too.
The only thing I can picture is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Hell yeah, dude.
Aviators just driving down the
When he
freeway.
slithers up to the desk, he's like, does a lizard down on the desk? Yeah, no, dude. Honestly, yeah, I want an old classic hoopty, dude. Like, I want, yeah, like a what is it, Cadillac Liberty, like a 1965 Cadillac Liberty that had like you're driving a couch around. That would be so comfortable, dude. Like, can you imagine the road trips in that thing?
Oh yeah.
You're just lounging on a thing. It's like you have so much feet space. It's like a mile in front of you. You're driving a boat. It's got air shocks on it.
Shag interior.
Shag interior with the fuzzy dice on the mirror. Hell yeah, dude. We'd be mobbing down to Texas to get into trouble.
We'd be mobbing down Knob Hill.
mobbing down uphill in my 6'4".
I drive a fucking boat. Leave me alone.
Filing my taxes.
Filing my taxes.
Shopping at stores. We're white.
No, so far we've been really enjoying doing these podcasts for you guys.
I do wish our other homies would show up and join us, but they have a lot of stuff going on. So, but we do have a new recording spot next week, so we'll actually have a studio that we can start setting up. So that's cool. So we're growing. We're slowly getting there.
And again, remind you, we are not these TikTokers that get on here and have a bunch of money and they like their first video. They're starting out with $1,000 mics and massive backgrounds
and huge recording studio booths and
and
we're
wearing like $3,000 worth of fucking clothes.
jewelry and designer glasses and stuff. Now we're your everyday average working day Joes here for you people, man. We're one of you. You know, we're nothing fancy, but we're real. We're not gonna hide from you guys. We're gonna tell you what's up, and it's gonna be the best that we can provide with what we got, and we're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, there is now a Facebook page up for the Dumpster Fire Podcast. It's titled Dumpster Fire Podcast. You can go find it. It's linked to the YouTube channel, so you can find it via the YouTube channel. And then also, if you go on the page, like, follow, and then you can go back and forth between the two. And then soon, hopefully, we'll have like a TikTok up here. Working on a TikTok. Top
I'm waiting
hat.
for. We are working on a logo, and I'm just waiting for the final pictures and stuff to get up. It's still going to be Dumpster Fire. It's just going to be a lot more.
It's gonna be a secondary or primary logo. We're not really sure yet. We're thinking about like for merch stuff like that. And did you already send it to the guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
already
sent
being
it?
worked on.
Oh, it's already being worked on. Oh, okay.
So it will actually be up.
It was $1 million kajillion.
It was free. That's why I took it.
Don't tell them that. They'll think we're poor.
Too late. I already said we were.
Stupid.
But again, we're friends. We literally work the night shift.
Yeah, we work nights and then we record during the day, and hate our lives most of the time. I think the most fun thing we do is probably this podcast and fuck around at work. That's.
Oh, no. I know you thoroughly enjoy your children. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I love
He's
my
always talking about
I
them.
love my kids to death. I really do.
Yeah,
I
me
always
too.
talk about them. I brag when they have their accomplishments. I'm one of those dads where the smallest things bring me absolute joy. Like, my daughter is saying full sentences now, and it trips me out, and at the same time makes me so happy, but it also makes me so scared because she'll never stop talking ever again. But I love it, dude. And then my son, he's getting big. He's going to be 5 months old here soon. I swear he was just born. He's already 5 months old. And he's doing all sorts of cool stuff too. He's a lot more fun than my daughter was as a baby because she was a lazy baby. He likes to play and laugh, and I'll throw him up in the air already and he'll just laugh his head off, dude. It's crazy. I mean, all your kids are grown now. I mean,
yeah, I got 3. I have 2 girls and a boy. They are fun, but I mean, they're all teenagers now. Fun fact, when they get mad, they think by them going to their room is a punishment for me.
I was like, no, but for me, it's actually a celebratory event.
I know. I don't have to say go to your room.
Yeah,
They're already doing it.
They go to their room, and I get to have the living room to myself.
No. Well, I have pretty good kids. So do you.
Yeah, no, I mean, from the few times I've met your kids, they seem pretty chill. they seem like they're. I mean, I only seen them from the outside looking in, but they seem like they're probably pretty good kids, like really good kids, you know. Your son's pretty smart, you said. He's real smart.
Yeah, he is. He has science awards and all that. I mean, don't tell him.
Don't tell him that. You know that go into his head.
No, he doesn't put it on a lot. Like, you know.
Has he found our podcast on YouTube?
Yeah. So is my daughter. Anyways,
John's son, Daddy loves you. Good job, kiddo.
So we're hitting about that time. We're gonna go start wrapping up and doing our exits. Anyways, I love being here with you guys. I love sharing my thoughts on this podcast. Remember, it is the Dumpster Fire. Like, share, comments. Please, we love having new subscribers. It helps us.
We've gone up like 20 subscribers in like the last week, and that's been amazing for us.
Yeah, it helps us if you help. If you help us, literally. So we're getting more refined at this. We're gonna have better audio, better video. We will be switching over to video so you can see our facial, funny things and all this other crap.
I mean, where's that big storm we were supposed to have? You heard about that too, right?
Yeah,
that
it's
big light.
It's somewhat whatever.
Yeah. The weather guessers were wrong again.
Weather guessers. But I'm gonna go ahead. We got to get off here. We got places to be, things to do. Mr. Co-host Keith.
Thank you for listening to the Dumpster Fire podcast. It's awesome that you guys are here with us. We enjoy this, and we'll keep posting new videos every week, new recordings. Once we get to videos, it'll be videos. Make sure to go like and follow the Facebook page, like and subscribe to the YouTube, share with your friends, family, whatever you want to do. Any support you give us, we greatly appreciate that.
Another shout out to our photographer, Miss Pay. She got the photo today. Another shout out to, what is it, Patriot?
Patriot Pest Control. Yeah, another shout out to them guys. They're good guys over there. Seriously, if you're living with bugs in your house, don't do that. Get some help. Don't live with bugs in your house.
Another shout out to Joey and his football league. They've been behind us this whole entire time, so we will give them shout outs to hopefully next week I should be able to tell you whether they won, lost, what were the big plays and all that stuff. So we'll be more into that. Go check them out, Sozo, March 30th.
If you're local and in Washington and you're in the area, go watch them. If you're in Arizona, we don't expect you to drive to
Get your ass up here.
Get here now
because
and go watch their game. I don't care if you're in Utah.
So with that, deuces.
Later, guys.